Howdy folks, how's it going? Future Marstead here in the editing room, which is not a room I usually find myself in, because I usually just upload VODs to YouTube directly from Twitch without touching them at all, as you might know if you watch the channel. And if you've watched any of the other idle game videos that I uploaded today, skip this right now, please, because I put the same intro in all of them in case people are searching for specific games. It's the exact same intro. There should be a timestamp in the description or on the play bar. Go to the next section. You already heard this. Okay, so why am I editing today? Well, I've always wanted to play idle games on stream. My stream theme is let's beat every awesome game, and idle games definitely count as awesome games, but they're challenging to stream and record for the same reason Animal Crossing can be challenging to stream and record. So the solution that I came up with is, what if we played a bunch of idle games at the same time? Like, start with one of them, play it until we hit a progression block, and then jump to another game while the first one is idling in the background. Do that several times so that hopefully by the time we loop back to the first game, we can now progress further, right? And it turned out that idea worked really well for a Twitch stream. The thing is, I don't know how well it's going to work for a set of YouTube videos. And the reasoning for that is twofold. One, I have this games database where I have exactly one entry for every game we've played, and that entry links to exactly one YouTube playlist for that game. And I don't know that I want to have 5 different games on my games database that all link to the same VOD where you have to know to skip ahead to get to the specific game that you want to see. So that's a problem. The other problem is that YouTube itself, YouTube Gaming at least, only allows you to associate one game with a video. So I would like to be able to have one video for each of the games. So what I've done is I took the live stream, I chopped it up, and I put together all of the pieces that were from a single game. So there's a video for Idle Superpowers, there's one for Idle Loops, for Shark Game, for Antimatter Dimensions, and finally for Realm Grinder. And so what you're going to see if you pay attention to the live split timer in the corner there, whenever it jumps ahead, that's about how much time passed between when I switched off of it to when I switched back to it. And if you're really interested in seeing the original 4-hour uncut live version of it, it's the same thing. It's just you'll see me switch from game to game. I will include a link in the description to that. I'll just upload it as an unlisted video in case people are super invested in that. The other thing I wanted to mention, I've edited out the intro to each of these because I wasn't sure how I was going to do this, and I just introed each of them as I started the game. I do mention in the intro that the music that you're hearing is a soundtrack being made by my nephew, who is a high school senior. He wants to be a video game composer, and he's making his own soundtrack for a fictional video game that doesn't exist, as like a senior project and like to build his resume. So if you like the music you're hearing in your ear and you want to hear more of it without my voice over top of it, there'll be a link to his playlist in the description. Without further ado, I hope that you enjoy. So the next one is called Idle Loops, and let me try to zoom in so it's easier to see here. I don't know if I need this stuff at the bottom or if this is fine. Click the wander action and click play to start. Wander for a bit, smash pots, watch the numbers change, read all the tooltips, complete the town, go to the next one. Starting the game on omsci6.github. You should know there's a fan-made modification located here. So we don't want the fan-made modification. That's on purpose, right? I think I accidentally clicked into a Shark Game modification as well, unintentionally. All right, action options, wander. Oh, wow, this is super different than what I'm used to. Okay. Interesting. So this kind of reminds me a little bit more of something like Progress Quest, right? Which kind of predates idle games. Wait, this one should be the mod? Am I in the wrong one already then? Okay, hold on. I thought it said if you're playing it on OMSI, you're at the wrong link. But we think this one's okay then? Okay, thank you. Let me try to figure out how these work exactly. Minus, duplicate, change the order of radar chart. What does stats do? Change log, saving. Short run seem better. Talent and soulstones. My favorite thing about idle games, one is figuring out, okay, what's the degenerate strategy to progress fast enough. I enjoy figuring that out. And the second thing I like is how absurd the mechanics can get in the late game and how different the late game can feel from the early game. That shit's really fun. Expands on the original and adds lore. Okay. Smash pots, right? So what's the deal with it? I don't think I understood earlier when it was talking about queuing multiple kinds of actions at the same time. Do I not have the ability to do that yet? It seems like I'm like programming a list of things to repeat, right? I might need to increase this because... Oh, plus is increasing the amount of space in this thingy. Okay. Why would I want to add multiple instances of the same thing instead of just increasing that thing up to like 10 or whatever? And what's going to cause it to eventually get to wander? Is it like, why is it only ever doing... Oh, so is it saying smash 10 pots and then wander one step and then smash 10 pots and then wander one step, basically? I think I understand. I guess I can just have them alternate then. The plan here, I think, with idle loops is to do this until... we get to the 20-minute mark, and then we'll check out the next idle game and come back to this one later. I don't have the mana to do the wander after pots. Is the mana meter the thing at the top of the screen there? Pause on failed loop. So it's going to give me a pause here if it fails to get... Okay, because I didn't have enough mana to do another thing, that's why that's not working. Where am I getting mana from? Is it a derived stat? Looks like you can buy mana eventually, right? Pots to check for mana, okay. I have 4 pots that can give mana when broken. Where do I see that? If I don't finish a wander task, do I get nothing? So I could turn this up a bunch and see what happens. It's going to be considered a failed loop because it can't even do a single wander task without running out of mana, right? Get some of the talent XP. Pots with mana left, pots with mana total, pots to check for mana. Lootable first. Having trouble visualizing what that means right now. I'm sure I'll get there eventually. If I wanted to leave this up idle as we switch to a different game, is it going to be more productive to only have a pot task on there? To have a pot task mixed in with a wander task? Like, how can I ensure that it's going to run without failing? I'll only have a wander task. I'm getting strength and speed, it looks like. But it seems like when I have a wander task, that it still fails, right? Am I wrong about that? Let's see. Lootable first. You're a courier. Oh, I didn't realize I can get a tooltip over this story section here. As you enter town, you tripped, breaking your glasses, and the package burst open, spilling a strange liquid on you. Your meager amount of mana started draining, or as your mana became empty, you found yourself back in the moment before the liquid was absorbed. It resets with you until you decide you figure out a way to prolong how long these loops are. Okay. I like the idea of this one, that it's like you kind of have to program it to be effectively idle, otherwise you can break the loop and then it won't do anything when you step away from it. Can have pots before the wander so long as I still have mana to do stuff. Okay. So I can just experiment with that to see if like 1 pot plus wander is enough. So this is okay. A single pot I can do. Clocks, wander, look for hidden areas and treasures. I see, mana cost 250. And I can see my total mana when the meter's full, right? I see, and so I basically need to have 300, or not, technically not, right? Because whenever I get a pot, pots with mana have 100 mana. Okay. Tries to grab the pots with mana before empty pots, okay. So as long as I have 300, I can do both. And once I get up to 350, I could add a second pot, basically. And these new actions are locked because I simply don't have enough mana to do it in the first place, right? Current list active. Repeat last action on list. Add action to top of list. I see. This might be one that's like truly idle at the beginning. I have looked at it for almost 10 minutes, but I think it's going to take a while until I can start really progressing into new things here. Unlocked at 20% explored. Is it even possible to do without also having 400 mana? So I can see the exploration percentage here. Explorer gives more potential pots with mana. So as I'm exploring, this pot count's going up. I think I get it. Let's see. All right, so that's the 20-minute mark. I'm going to let this thing run in idle, and we're going to go look at the next game. I'm going to do some kind of painful intro for each of these until we've done an intro for each of them once, and then I'll just play them. So idle loops is at 10. Shark game is at 20. Mute. Loops. What the hell is idle loops? I still don't know if I... Oh, I have a bunch of new options, though. You guys have increased exploration percentage. So, and my mana's at... Still not very great. Locks picked. Houses with valuables left. Houses with valuables total. Houses to check for valuables. Buy glasses. You need glasses again for 10 gold. Houses wander to be 4 times as effective for the rest of the loop. Affects any action with the glasses icon. Can only have 1 buy glasses action. Unlocks at 20% explored. Buy mana is just like straight up just buying mana with gold. And it's a way to play actively, I assume, but it's wasting my gold on things that I could get other ways, maybe. So right now I have no way of generating gold, because gold is a new resource that exists on top of mana from pots, right? Stats looking like. Closer, conversations of battle. Oh, we'll turn the music back on over here. So why wouldn't I have pick locks on here? Should I... Exploration, should that always be the last thing that I do? I don't even know. I don't think I have enough mana to be able to successfully pick a single lock, right? I get what's going on in this game from a flavor perspective, that you're trying to get further and further away from the time loop restarting, but How can I get my max mana increased, or is that even a thing? Like, I can buy mana, but I need golds to get mana. Right. So can I obtain mana above the maximum that I'm spending in order to break the pots then? Okay, I must have misunderstood. I thought that was pots were just restoring mana. So what gets me to the point where I'm getting more mana that I'm putting into breaking the pots? Pot costs 50 to break and gives 100 if it has something in it, right? So hold on, let me see if I can figure this out. Kind of seems like I'm just running out of mana before the pots can make more mana than I was spending, right? Something's wrong with my brain that I haven't been able to fully grok how to play this one. Trying to find more pots with mana in them. Is that so every time I find more pots on the pot action? That's different from smash pots, right? I thought it was Explorer that's finding more pots with mana in them, right? Are the 168 pots that I haven't broken in any loop from the Explore task or from the Smash Pots task? Every 10 pots have mana. Will you break them in a loop? Okay, I think that's helping me to understand. So, let me read this again. Pots remaining to check for mana. Pots with mana total. So I should just smash pots for a while to see if I can find as much... Oh, I don't need to do that like that. To try to find as much... Reduce this number to 0, right? Now, what's the reason to smash more pots in a single loop as opposed to doing one loop over and over? Is it just there's a slight time loss whenever the loop resets or something? Okay. Yeah, my main struggle here was understanding what this represented. That makes more sense. It's like, this is telling me how many pots... When you guys were talking about this set of arrows, I'm like, what are you talking about? But okay. This is how many pots I've found via Explorer. This is how many pots I know have mana. These are how many pots I'll have available in future, or in the current loop, right? So this is in all future loops, I'll be able to get 120 mana from pots, 130 mana from pots now. This is how many remain to be smashed in the current loop that I'm in, right? Okay, yeah. This makes more sense now, if I'm following you correctly. Oh, it's 50 per pot? Okay. So the reason we're not doing lootable first is because we want... When you don't have lootable first, is it explicitly only breaking the pots that have never been checked before, basically? I think if this one had a slight visual component, like an optional little thing in the bottom corner showing what was happening, like showed the set of pots, flag some of them as blue. I like the sci-fi premise of this. It's quite cool. Right, in which case you won't ever check the unchecked pots at that point. Is it a 10% chance for pots to have mana in them, or is it every 10 pots? Because I guess it's slightly different, right? Every 10, okay. And again, why would I do 5 pots at a time and just instead of just having a loop that's 1 pot and just have the loop restart every time I break a single pot? Is it there's not like distance to travel to check pots, right? I assume. So did things like strength, speed, and perception increase the rate at which I'm able to break pots or something? Okay. So now that I've done that, now that this is 0, running smash pots is pointless unless if I'm planning to specifically do other things in the round, right? So I gotta do smash pots for some amount of mana. I'm curious if I can just set that to 25 and then pick locks and then wander and see what happens. Okay, I'm getting it now. So I'm spending mana, but I'm coming out ahead on mana. I'm making like a mana profit for each of the pots that I smash. And then I probably can get away with doing this a couple times. 3 times at least. And how does the gold from picking locks work? Is it like something that I only have for that loop? And then it's gone forever? Oh shoot, I guess I didn't upgrade that to 3 too late. Bummer. Or is it the same deal that I have houses to check for valuables? Okay, so... Huh. So this means Explore has found 49 houses to check for valuables, right? And then when I go to the lockpick step, I'm going to check each one of them, and then in the future loops, I'll know which houses have money that I can just get immediately. Is that still going to require a lockpick step to go to the house to check them? Yeah, a programming like idle. I like this one a lot. I appreciate I was playing it on Twitch chat that y'all could try to explain it to me, because I think it probably would have lost me before I got it and appreciated what it was all about if I was playing it off stream. But I think I get it now. I don't know how you'd go about explaining this to a new player, though, because I assume there's like a hindsight bias problem, right? Where if you played a bunch of idle loops before, you just kind of like understand what this is. And it's hard to remember what it's like to not know what the hell that means. This one's cooler now. I'm liking this one better. I guess I'll just let this run now because the time that it takes to smash 25 pots and then pick 3 locks is rather long indeed. I think that do I not have enough mana left to finish the Wander at the end? I guess let's see. I think I don't, right? I barely have enough for... Does, like, spending part of your time on wandering, is that just a waste of time if you don't finish the Wander? Oh, I think I just barely have enough time to wander. I guess otherwise the loop would have reset, isn't it? Alright, that's a... I guess kind of efficient thing. Every 5th house. Every 10 houses have gold. Okay, so I can get a maximum of 5 here. So this might finish checking all these places for pick locks by the time I get back to it, but I probably shouldn't spend too long away from idle loops. Let's go to the next game. 2630 is Shark Game. Why do you want to explore above pick locks? What's the reason for that? Okay. Oh man, I let this one go too long. I guess the lock picking has been a waste of time that whole time, hasn't it been? I probably should have popped back over to this briefly. Oh well. I kind of like that aspect of this one. That this seems to be the best game in terms of like sitting down to review it every hour or so, right? Because I feel like a lot of these games struggle to strike up a balance between sorry, I can use my words. Strike up a balance between like active play and idle play. Like it gets to the point in something like Cookie Clicker that you shouldn't even be playing it idly. You should 100% be active. And I'm probably going to set... Now I'm going to do... Lootable first means we want... I guess we want to first check the remaining 10 pots, right? Which I may as well do. Paperclips only runs when the window is in focus. That doesn't sound right. We got 25 pots now. 26 rather. Meet people doesn't require anything else. I can try it. See what it does. Costs 800. Which means I can only do probably 2 of these, maybe 3 of them. Oh, playing music again, sorry. I see. So that's like training my charisma. Okay. This one seems really cool. I imagine this gets good with a lot of attention to it. Over several days. Train strength. 10 times per reset. Unlocked at 5% of people met. Oh, interesting. Short quest. 20 gold as a reward. Every 5 short quests have loot. Interesting. So people met is like Explore in the sense that I can just set it and forget it and it'll be good. I guess I need to figure out the exact amount that leaves me with enough mana. So I want to have 1600 mana and not more than that, or I'd be wasting time on pots. Oh, actually, I think I don't have enough to do 2. I would have to get slightly more pots first. All right, well, I'll let this run. Yeah, I'm just short of being able to do it. Now, I still get stat gains if I fail to do a meet people. I just won't get to complete the meet people task, right? And increase my people met percentage. You can hover over the pots in your list. It tells you remaining mana if you've broken all pots. Okay, so we need to get that to 1600, so I'll try to do that, I guess. So I can just do that with a bunch of wander tasks. Because wander is 250. Turn this down a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I kind of like, there's some neat design space in this game where some tasks are better to be done more attentively. Like pick locks is when you have time to babysit it a little bit. Explore and meet people you can kind of just leave running, I guess. When they say 10 times per reset, they're not talking about per loop, right? Reset is like an ascension style abdication mechanic. Talent increases your XP gain rate, which affects how fast efficiently you do a task. Reset and loop are the same thing. So there's not an ascension in this one. I mean, there is, but it's 1 tick long, right? Oh, how is that? That doesn't seem right. Mana remaining 1564. Mana original, mana used, mana remaining. This is 250. Shouldn't I be able to do it 6 times? 250 times 6 is 1500? I don't know why that failed. Huh. So exploring isn't guaranteed to find pots, right? Oh, I'm not doing this lootable first. That's probably the problem. My bad. Let's restart the loop then. In fact, I think I've been screwing that up every single time, haven't I? Guess we'll see what it gives us here. Now this should be able to support 6, right? I think. I'm just gonna baby it for a second before we go to Shark Game again. Like this is basically like Groundhog Day. It's like taking the idea of the ascension from something like Cookie Clicker and like making that the core loop that you do immediately. I wish it had a very minor visual element just to help me to grasp what the like fantasy is here, because it made more sense once I understood that. So I feel like you get enough idle games that are based around like the abstraction of production of like having farms that make cookies or whatever, that like the idea that you're smashing pots, like, okay, well that's just a building, right? And so, well, the fact that it's not a building is important, you know. So is Explorer uncovering? No, Lockpick is the only thing that would produce houses that check for valuables, right? Explorer can produce. Nice. It can uncover both pots and locks. So when I first unlocked pick locks, I immediately had a bunch of houses to check for values from prior exploration, right? Oh, I didn't notice the flavored text on this one as a reference to the Twilight Zone. It's not fair. At least I can read large print books. Good thing I can read Braille. Cursed by his own hubris. I wish that instead of making Disenchantment Futurama, they had made The Scary Door as its own show. I think it would have been perfect. 4 times as effective for the rest of the loop. So I have to have enough gold. 10 gold. So I could do this so that I could try to get glasses before the loop starts, right? Let me try this here. So I think that's... I still need to smash 26 pots, right? Get as much mana as possible. And then I need to pick locks, lootable first. Just pick one lock, and then I think I can buy glasses. And then I can explore, maybe? I guess you could buy mana with gold. Because I reset the gold every single time, right? Curious if I do 5 lockpicks, and then I do buy glasses, and then I do buy mana, and then I do wander. How many times can I do that? Doesn't seem like that's mana cost 50. Oh, is that a mana problem? I guess that is 500, isn't it? Right. Oh, I think that the order is confused. It's having me do explore again. I guess I could only do 3 lockpicks, and I won't have enough time to do very much else after that. It depends on how much mana lockpicks convert to. I'll try doing 3, I guess. I'll watch this one more time here. This should reflect me getting 10 gold. Okay. Sell for mana or use for actions. So I'm hoping to get 30 gold, buy some glasses, dump the rest of the gold on mana, which I assume is more efficient than breaking pots. Oh yeah, big time. Four times as effective. So that's kind of like an upgrade. Okay, so I think I'm gonna watch this one more time before I switch, because I think I have a loop that can sustain itself and continue to unveil stuff. So I think 26 pots plus 3 lockpicks plus glasses plus mana plus 5 wanders just barely leaves me with enough. Oh, now it's training luck as well. So, okay, help me understand how stats affect the success rate of things, because it seems like there's not a lot of RNG in this game. Every 10 pots you get mana, every 10 lockpicks you get gold, right? And then the cost to do stuff is a flat mana cost, right? So why does... what did skills even do? Because everything else seems to be deterministic. What can they make faster, though, is what I don't understand. I guess I can see the exploration rate and the people met could be modified by that, because that's not a flat deterministic amount per loop, right? I think this actually went only 4 last time, so I'm going to watch it one more time just to make sure that it doesn't stop. 100 talent doubles XP game, 100 level halves the cost of doing the task. Halves the mana cost of doing the task? Oh my god, do you get to 100 level eventually? I'm at like level 2 on some of these. You really are Bill Murray learning to play the piano, huh? Okay. I think somebody could take this game and pretty... because this is on GitHub, right? If you could just make a visual version of this, I think that would be awesome. Using the same, you know, backbone. Okay. I think it runs on its own. I think we're good to switch to the next game. So that's 239, 28. Shark game, which I've been excited to see for a minute here. How did this all go? 79% explored of Beginnersville. We've got 135 pots to check, 25 buildings. I'll put Lettuce Quest back on here. It must be progressing, right? Because I always come back and I've got plenty of money. That's why I was able to buy it before. I don't have like an idle tab thing set up here. I'll let this loop finish and then I'll reassess what I'm doing here. Probably manually search all the pots, search all the lockpick houses, and then see what we're doing next. What are the bonus seconds? What's that all about? So instead of doing lootable first, we just do 5 of these. But why would some of it work but not the rest of it, you know? That's the part that I don't understand. Oh, I see. Sometimes it's failing the loop because it's not finding a pot with mana in it before it finishes breaking them. Oh, they're from being paused. Okay, so you can pause to think without losing progression time, basically. It's RNG things are the powers that you get. Okay, that makes sense. Like, I'm already doing ridiculously more damage as a result of that Poison Tears upgrade, so... That's kind of interesting. I guess that's what makes Idle Superpowers special, is that it's a completely different kind of game depending on what abilities you get. I don't think I would want to cheese it for nutty upgrades. I think that would be against the spirit, because I'm sure that you roll new story crystals each time, right? Whenever you ascend. I can try popping this. That's nice. Okay. Keep that in mind. That's just from earlier times when it's paused due to me screwing it up. Or paused on a failed loop or whatever. Oh shit, stop. Pause. Pick locks. I guess we have to do the pots first, right? Lootable first. Let's go up to 40. And I don't know how much mana that produces, but I think I can pick a decent number of these. Let's try 5. Can I see my stored bonus seconds somewhere? It looks like I finished burning through them there. I wasted a bunch on pots a second ago, unfortunately. Oh, I just gotten really strong when it comes to breaking pots. I feel like that's happening faster without it being bonus seconds, right? Oh, okay. Oh no, it's just lockpicking is that much slower. Gotcha. That is a pretty big deal, I see. That's a nice mechanic, I appreciate that. Otherwise I'd be stressed out to just get something running rather than sit and think for a second. And I like that it doesn't just like skip you to the full result of that either. Oh, I should have saved my loadout. I was like, why would I want to save a list? Now I understand why you would want to save a list. Okay. That's okay. I have to recreate it anyway now that I have more pots available to me. I think we might end up with 8 houses for gold, so 80 gold. Still only need to buy glasses the once. I don't know if it's worth buying mana and then using that mana to pick more locks. Probably not, right? $10 gold. 500 mana. Oh no! Okay, so doing buy mana gets me 100 gold profit, right? If I'm reading that right? Okay, we're officially done with lockpicking here. I can stop this. Let it go too far again because I'm stupid. Oh well. So pause. Definitely smash 40 pots. And then we pick locks. I think I can do at least 5. I might be able to do more than 5 though. And then we buy glasses, we buy mana. Glasses cost 10 gold, right? Yeah. Let me see what that puts us at. Probably get to pick more locks after that and then wander. Oh, right, thank you, because it just buys as much mana as you can get. Right, thank you. I wonder why they let you... They should only be the one... They let you do multiple buy mana steps, but they don't let you do that for glasses. It's effectively the same thing. The first one doesn't net me any money. Okay, I see what you're saying. What does the circle to the left of these other actions indicate? Yeah, to be able to do 5 locks. I think I want to get the mana before buying the glasses, just so I don't run out of mana buying glasses, but I think I'll be fine. I see. So I would click the circle to get 40 pots if I wanted to do that all in a single step. Okay, thank you. So I don't have to click plus a bunch of times. Gotcha. Oh. It failed there. That's unexpected. Turn that on just to see where it gets us. Unless if I was just short of being able to do 5 locks. Because locks are 400? That's 2,000? That should be fine. Maybe it's because I reordered it that it's mad at me. I see. So bonus seconds are a way to give you idle, like offline progression. Because all idle games expect that, but it wouldn't really work for this game without the bonus seconds mechanic. Because, you can't plan things when you're offline, but this still gives you the extra time, I guess. Okay, that's cool. So I think I can do a couple lockpicks then, and buy mana one more time. I can't modify these instructions mid-run, can I? No, I can't. Okay. So we can do another buy mana. Why would I put glasses above buy mana? Because it burns mana to do that, right? I think that's why I failed previously, because I had the glasses first, and that was enough to make me run out of mana before I could buy it. Sell all my gold. Oh, I understand. I guess I could put it down here instead, where I'll have some room to do it successfully. Right, so mana, the remaining 3 locks, glasses, the remaining gold, explore a bunch. I can just set this to an arbitrarily high number and see what I actually have to set it to when looking at the loop. It's annoying to have to restart after I've already assigned commands, but we'll just do it and see what happens. Yeah, I didn't appreciate that it was dumping all my gold. That makes sense. So that's why I was crossing off. It wasn't saying, oh, crossed off, you bought the glasses. It says, this is no longer possible with your current resources, or something. And doing a lockpicking like this is good in the sense that it's training different stats, right? One month per offline period. That seems nuts. So if we didn't play this until a distant future subblock, we could potentially have an entire session worth of bonus seconds that would last us for all future sessions. I think of all of them, I've enjoyed all of these idle games so far, but I think this is the one that's the most interesting. This is the one that has the most unique new idea. Because I think that this genre has a ton of potential. Like, it doesn't just have to be a cash grab dopamine drip, you know? Like, I think RuneScape is one of those games that takes the idle concept and kind of like came up with it way before it was a thing, actually. Almost accidentally, and turns it into an MMO, and this one turns it into like a programming puzzle And I think there are other ways you could get this basic loop to interact with other existing game design loops that would be cool. So I can do this 10 times. That's nice. Okay. I guess I could do half. I could do part of the time could be exploring and part of the time could be meeting people, just to meet people. So this is costing me $2,500, right? So I can make this cost me $1,250 instead. And I have a budget of $1,250 to meet one person. Okay. I have a budget of $1,500 to probably meet 2 people. I might be pushing it. I'm gonna let this loop run, and then I'll let one more loop go, and we'll see how it goes, and then I'll check out Shark Game. Yeah, I think idle games have kind of had a Activision Plastic Instruments oversaturation problem, right? Where like Rock Band and Guitar Hero were huge and they were doing really well, and Activision just decided, no, we're going to put out one of these every 6 months with a new set of instruments. We're going to flood every Walmart and GameStop with boxes of plastic guitars. People just got exhausted by it and they dropped it. So I think that a lot of people have kind of a negative association with the idle genre because there are a lot of like irresponsible cash grab microtransaction ones, but the concept of the core loop I think is quite smart, and there's a lot of neat stuff you can do with it if you combine it with other things. I kind of want to check out Melvor Idle now since it's like actually published by Jagex. Anti-idle. I'll sing RuneScape's praises at the end of the earth because it lets you calibrate how idle you want it to be, but if I have at least... Oh, doing 2 meet peoples might not work. I might have to tone down the Explorer for that to work. I guess we'll see. If it partially completes, then I know that I have to tone it down by 1 for the next loop. This is our last watch through on this, then we'll pop over to Shark Game. Do have some bonus seconds. Not a lot of bonus seconds, but some. So you're saying these only do things at level 100? Or are they having a minor effect in the meantime? Eventually you get soul. That's interesting. On freshly starting levels and talent don't change mode. Okay. I see. Bill Murray has to learn to play the piano. Got it. Oh, okay. Gotcha. You are the captain. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be just short of doing a second meet people. That's unfortunate. I could try to check these 10 pots. That might be enough to push me over for the next loop. Yeah, at least it's training charisma. I'll let it run out here. So we're gonna do not do lootable first on these. Oh, I haven't been doing locks lootable first. That's a mistake. Oops. Is that even a problem? I guess it's not that big of a problem if I don't have too many locks to check for. I guess I end up getting way more pots to check for. Okay. I would still only loot... I guess it might drop my gold by like 10 if the one that I checked doesn't have any. Let's turn this off for a quick start of a loop. There's our lootable pot. Make it lootable, and we restart. I just want to see if this is enough, if there's just a teensy bit more mana that lets us finish the meat people. What's the difference between level and talent? I'm not sure I follow what that's all about. Talent is like an XP multiplier. It looks like my speed is suddenly like going up way faster than it used to. Oh, I don't think I appreciated that. I see. So this is how much I'm getting from the run. Hey, thanks for the follow, Paul. But these levels on the left are all going to reset to 0, but I'll be more efficient at training it on future loops. Okay, that's cool. This game is very clever. Again, I think that if somebody just took this back end and made a GUI out of it, like made like a little cartoon setup where you could see the person going around smashing the pots and stuff and their stats going up, I think that would be really nice. I get it now, but it was confusing enough at the beginning that I probably wouldn't have continued playing it without chat to guide me on what the hell was happening.
La cebolla.
Yeah, sure. Let's see, if we have 1600 leading into meat people, we're gonna be short, aren't we? Wait. No, we just barely have enough. Hey, all right. Leave that be. Probably not gonna come back to it. We have 9 minutes left.